Hi, beautifuls. This is Tiffany, also known as Naturally Chic. Chic is spelled SHYCC, and that's simply how you construct classy, but we do it naturally. If this is your first time, welcome. And if you are returning and haven't hit that subscribe button, what you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. I am being consistent over here on YouTube. But today I wanted to share with you my 3 months review on being on GLP-1 Zepbound. Yes, I am on the weekly shots. Yes, I have moved up. I'm going into my 4th month. And if you want to know what I've learned, 5 things that I have learned being on this shot, then stick around. So as I stated, I have been on Zepbound for 3 months, going into my 4th month. I've lost over 20 pounds. And when I tell you, I feel amazing. But it didn't come as one that was trying to lose weight. I really wasn't. But the thing is, I'm 50. I turned 50 in May. And for the last few years, my weight has just been climbing. And if you know anything about weight, baby, everything hurts. And then it's like your markers are all out of whack. I'm 5'1". So 50, 5'1", and I was 270. Yes. And my sister told me the other day, she said, I see you losing weight. I said, you can see my neck. You can see my neck, right? I said, because baby, usually my neck is like this. I'm just serious. I don't have I'm not elongated right here. So the first thing when I gain weight, I feel like my head is sitting on my shoulders because you don't see neck, you don't see clavicle, you don't see nothing. So she was like, I see you. I said, right. But I went to my doctor and she said, we got to get these A1, down. We have got to get you out of the pre-diabetic range. We got to get your blood pressure down. We got to get when I tell you, I felt like I was fighting for my life. Every time I went to the doctor, there was an issue. And she said, we got to get this weight off of you because your weight is causing pre-diabetic, it's causing hypertension, it's causing knee problems, feet problem. You name it, it was doing it. And then I am anemic. We have that. Then my asthma was acting up, all the things. And so she said, we're going to try Zepbound. And I'll be honest, I have tried Ozempic, I think it was like 2 years ago. Baby, that didn't do nothing for me. And so then the doctor, she was like, okay, what about weight loss surgery? And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. And so here it is, July of this year. And when I went for my checkup, she said, okay, we're going to try Zepbound. We're going to see if it works. She said, I know people have had a lot of results with it. And you see so many people on the GLP-1 now, and it's just like a fad. But I didn't want it for that. I wanted it to really so I'm not diabetic, to be honest. And I knew that no matter what I was doing, eating right, changing my eating, changing my diet, just exercising, I wasn't losing weight. It wasn't, when I tell you it wasn't going anywhere, it was not going anywhere. So when she said that, I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. And it was kind of a no-brainer. I said, let's try it. Let's try it. See if we can get something to move, to shake. Not only that, but because I also had started iron infusions because they couldn't figure out why I was anemic. And so they were just like, I'm just iron deficient. So I had to start that. So that had me sluggish, where I would have thought that when you started iron infusion, you would get a burst of energy. Baby, no. You fighting for your life. Literally fighting for your life. And so when I started Zepbound, I didn't see the scales moving at all. I'm like, okay, well, this ain't working. But I could feel the inches. Like I could see it in certain things I wear. certain things that I would put on, I could see, I could see a little transformation. But the first thing that I love about Zepbound is it's slow and steady. Like, you may not see the results because one of the things about quick weight loss, I feel like you look like a bobblehead. It may just be me, but I didn't want a big old head. I already got a big head. I mean, look at me. I didn't want a big old head on a little body. That's just not cute. And it was so funny because when I was talking to my best friend, she said, now don't lose too much weight. You looking like a bobblehead. I said, right? I said, that's my thing. So the first thing was the weight was steady. It wasn't quick, and I don't know if it's because I was doing iron infusions. I did not have the energy. It takes your appetite. You really don't have an appetite, but the weight has been slow and steady, is which I love, because in the process of it being slow and steady, I'm doing lifestyle changes, meaning I'm exercising more now that I have energy, but my food intake, it's like it teaches you portion control. That's the best way I can put it. It truly teaches you portion control when it comes to how much you eat and how much you can eat. You can't stuff yourself because you will be sick. But it really teaches you portion control. It teaches you not to go all day and not eat. So for me, I typically will start eating around between 10 and 11, sometimes 12. I try not to eat past 8 o'clock. So, but it teaches me that, okay, once I eat thin, in 2 hours, I may do a snack, I may do a light lunch, and then I'll do dinner. So I have been retraining myself on Zepbound. That was the first thing I noticed, that I had to force myself to eat, number one. But number two, it's really teaching me portion control, which I love. And it's been a slow and steady progress. Slow and steady. It hasn't been fast. It hasn't been a fast, but I can gradually see the scales moving. And even though the scales wasn't moving, I didn't really get on them like that. I would wait till I go check in with my doctor. Except when iron infusions, you go and you weigh every week. So then I would see changes like that. And sometimes it would fluctuate depending on, when Sister Aunt Flo is in town. But other than that, slow and steady. And when I tell you, I loved it. I love the fact that it was slow and steady, but it didn't have me looking crazy. And I actually could see the inches. Like, I can see my face. I always have a full face, but I can see the slender. And like I said, I can see my neck. I'm not sitting like that. So those are the first thing. And I'm looking down because I wrote it down. 2, my second one really is the portion control. The smaller portions, the bigger the awareness. So it allowed me to really take stock in how to eat, what I eat, how much I eat. I made sure to get that protein in, to get that fiber in. But that was one of the biggest things. It's like you have to eat with intention. And the reason being is because you don't really have an appetite. It really does take your appetite. So since it does that, you have to be intentional in what you eat. You didn't want something that's going to have you full and miserable. You didn't eat greasy. Like, I'm not a big greasy person like that. I'm not, I don't eat a lot of beef and I don't eat a lot of pork. But I made sure to be intentional. Even when I went out, I made sure that I would get something that was going to fill me up. I made sure that it had my fiber. It had my protein. Number one, you have to have protein. If you don't have anything else, protein, and fiber. That's going to be number 3. But protein, make sure you're getting that protein. If you have, so when I would do, if you all want to know what I eat, just let me know, and I'll show you what I try to remember to show you what I eat. Do a video for that. But the protein, I would make sure if I ate Greek yogurt, I would make sure the granola that I used was high in protein. The Greek yogurt is good for protein. I made sure I had, sometimes I do avocado toast. So you want those healthy fats, all of that. You're intentional about what you put in your body, because I didn't want to go back to losing this weight and gaining it all back. So you have to be intentional about, number one, how you eat. Number two, the portion controls you eat. And number three, what you're eating. So you're very intentional about that. Number three, fiber. Baby, fiber is your friend. Let me say that again. Fiber is your friend. I cannot stress that enough. Fiber will be your portion. Do you hear me? Let me say, I don't think y'all heard me. Fiber will be your portion, because I am not one that is constipated at all. But that GLP-1 Zepbound will have you constipated. And I'm just real. It will have you constipated. So you have to make sure you're getting that fiber so that you can stay regular. Because if not, you will be backed up and hurting and miserable. So the first day or two, I really make sure that I have my fiber. On and through the week, since the shot is I do it on Mondays, because I think my last month they didn't have it ready or something like that. So of course, I had to get it late, and so I just picked it up the next day. But fiber is your portion. Fiber is your friend. It's going to be your best friend other than water. So it's going to be your best friend. It really will help you regulate it. So whether you take fiber, whether you introduce fiber into your diet, to me, that's the best kind, because number one, you'll be used to it. Number two, you'll make sure that you're intentional about the fiber as you lose weight. And if you ever get off a GLP-1, when you do get off, your body will come accustomed to it, and you will come accustomed to adding that fiber into your diet. So however you add it, it's going to be your friend. My fourth thing that I learned is hydration. I know they tell you, drink your water, drink your water, drink your water. Baby, you better drink your water. Everything on you will be cracking. It's like it sucks the water out of you. My lips peel. And so what I found, at first I would drink my water and then I drink something else, or I wouldn't drink anything, because you're not hungry. And so what I found is, like, my mouth would be super dry. The first 2 days after I take my shot, my mouth would be super dry. And so what I do now is I drink my Stanley cup is right here, needing to be refilled, because I drank 2 of these. But I drink about three of these. If I can get 4 in, I will. But I drink those because my mouth will be dry in the morning, throughout the day. I am a person that I always have lip gloss everywhere. Every purse, I have something for my lips. And it's like nothing was working. I'm like, why? What's going on? But I found that you really need to hydrate. Fiber and hydration are going to be your friends. That's going to be your portion. Because if you don't want to sit around here looking crusty and like you got cotton mouth, drink your water. Drink your water. Make sure you're hydrating before you take your shot and truly after. If you slack off between the next shot, that's on you. But when I'm stressing, and I'm not a medical doctor, I'm just stressing what works for me. That before and that after, drink your water. Stay hydrated, because what fluid you have, you're going to pee it out. you're gonna pee it out. One of the first signs. Is like I'm dumping fluid, dumping fluid. So if you're dumping fluid, then you need to replenish, whether it's water, whether it's liquid IV. You're needing to put those nutrients back into your body, those electrolytes back into your body. And like I said, one of the signs that you're dehydrate, your mouth is going to be super dry. So drink your water. If you're sluggish, start with water. Because sometimes I guess because it's pulling that fluid from you, you're going to be sluggish. So drink your water, it just helps you replenish. My fifth thing that I learned is mindset matters more than the scale. It really stretched my mindset. And, people will say this and that, like, why are you on it? Are you doing everything that everybody else is doing? No, you know why you got on it. You know why you're doing this, because sometimes it's an avenue. It's a help. If you've tried everything else and it's not working and this seems to work, who cares what anybody else thinks? Because we can do anything else we want to do. Nobody complains. But when you start taking your health serious, everybody wants to complain. Oh, you're looking small. You trying? I don't care. I knew that I wanted to be healthy. As they say, your ladder shall be greater. And if my ladder shall be greater, I shouldn't walk around here hurting. I shouldn't walk around here popping pills. And every time I go to the doctor, something else is wrong. I want to live a healthy lifestyle. And with that, you have to shift your mindset. You have to shift your mindset that it's not just the medication. I have to do the work. I have to do the work. And I can't rely just on this medication. You have to shift your mindset. And the shot is going to help you do that. It's going to help you, number one, to portion control. Make sure you're getting your protein. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're getting your fiber. Make sure you're drinking your water, so that when you get off, you've already established a healthy lifestyle change. It's not a quick fix. It's something that you have established. And so that's where the mindset shift comes in, because you established that this is what I need. And so this is what I need. This is what I'm going to do. And so that really has helped me with my mindset shift, that this is not just for now. It's not for play. This is something that I am going to do even after the shot. And so it has done a world of good for me. Especially, like I said, being 50, you can be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whenever you want to do it. Talk to your doctor about it and set some goals, set some things, and be realistic with yourself. You can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. You cannot lie to yourself. If you can't do it on your own, if you need some help, if things are sluggish and you've been trying everything, talk to your doctor and see what works for you, because they do have plans that work. Luckily, my insurance covers my my shot. I didn't have to go anything. My doctor orders it, puts it in for me, because I am, as they say, I'm obese because of my height, because of my weight, and because all the other things that were going on. It was able to get approved through my insurance. So I pay that little $45 and I keep it moving once a month. So once a month I get a box. I go pick up a box from CVS and it has 4 shots in there. And so it has been working for Tiffany. Like I said, I'm going into my 4th month. I am on the 10 grams, 10 milligrams or whatever you call it. I started out at 2.5, then I went to 5, then I went to 7, now I'm on 10. And it has helped. I get the shots in my stomach. My husband does it. I don't like needles and blood. So I can look at you take my blood all day. I just can't do it. So my husband does my shots once a week. he's already ready. Before I even say anything, he's already ready. So it does help. But I hope this was informative to you. I hope this was educational. I'm sure y'all laughed at me. And that's okay. That's okay. But if you have any questions, please leave them below. I would love to chat more. If you're thinking about it and have questions, or just things pop up after you watch the video, leave them below. Let's talk. Let's chat in the comments. And thank you all. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until the next video, you all take care. Be blessed. Also, make sure you are following me under Naturally Chic under all social platforms. Tongue twister. Until the next video, you all take care. I just enjoy